I never imagined that the day I bought my dream car, a deep metallic blue 2024 Mustang GT, would also be the day I met the one person capable of ruining it faster than I could enjoy it. My name's Ethan, and all I wanted was a quiet life in a simple suburban neighborhood. I moved here because it had good schools for my daughter, quiet neighbors, and a decently functioning HOA. At least that's what I thought until I met the nightmare of I Street. The spoiled, loudmouth Karen who believed the entire neighborhood rotated around her earth-shaking entitlement. I had seen glimpses of her before, yelling at delivery drivers, harassing the mailman, claiming the sidewalk in front of her house was private property, and filing complaints because kids laughed too loudly while playing. But until the day my car got involved, I never imagined she would direct that chaos at me. Still, fate has an awful sense of humor. The day I brought the Mustang home, glossy, shiny, and roaring like a proud beast, the neighborhood gathered in awe. Even Mr. Thompson from 2 houses down walked over with a nostalgic smile, telling me stories about how he raced a Mustang in the 70s. Kids pointed excitedly. Neighbors congratulated me, and for a moment, everything was perfect. Then I heard the shrillest voice known to mankind. "Excuse me, that car is making too much noise." Karen came storming out of her house in a leopard print robe, messy bun, and a pair of oversized sunglasses, even though it was nearly sunset. Behind her trailed her dog, a tiny chihuahua that barked nonstop, as if supporting her tantrum. I tried to reason with her politely. "Ma'am, the car's just parked. It's not even on." But she glared at me as though I'd personally attacked her. "This is a family neighborhood," she snapped. "We don't allow drag race vehicles disturbing the peace." I chuckled softly, which only made her face twist into that purple-veined expression she was famous for. "It's a normal sports car, not a racetrack. It's perfectly legal." Well, she sniffed. "I'll be reporting this to the HOA." I simply said, "Go ahead," and walked inside. I should have known that her ego wouldn't accept that. Spoiled people couldn't stand being ignored. That night, as I was putting my daughter to bed, I heard a faint scraping noise outside. My gut tightened instantly. Something felt wrong. I rushed to the window, and my heart dropped. Karen, wearing gloves and holding what looked like a metal gardening tool, was running the edge of it across my brand new car, like she was an artist carving her initials into a tree. Screech, screech. Every sound cut into my soul. My Mustang's paint, my beautiful, flawless paint, was being shredded like paper. "Hey!" I screamed, bolting out the door so fast I nearly tripped. Karen jumped back like a guilty toddler caught stealing cookies. "What the hell are you doing?" I roared. She gasped dramatically. "Oh, I was just inspecting your car for safety issues. It has sharp edges. Someone could get hurt." I stared at her, shocked by how insane the excuse was. The scratches she'd made weren't small, they were massive. Deep gashes across both doors, the hood, and even the rear. The entire left side looked like it had been mauled by a bear. "You vandalized my car," I yelled. "No." She yelled louder, as if volume made her right. "I saved the neighborhood from your dangerous illegal vehicle. You should thank me." She actually tried to walk away, like she finished a noble mission. Anger boiled inside me so violently, I could barely think straight. But one thing kept me from losing control. My daughter. I needed to handle this smartly, calmly, legally. "Don't move," I said, pulling out my phone. "I'm calling the police." Karen spun around, eyes wide. "You can't. I'm friends with the HOA president. They already said your car was a disturbance." "Disturbance doesn't give you the right to destroy private property," I snapped. She folded her arms. "Prove it." A wicked smile spread across her face. That's when I lifted my phone, showing her the live video recording I'd captured through the window before running outside. Her smile faded so fast I almost enjoyed watching it evaporate. "Is that you recording me without permission?" she squealed. "That's illegal. Not when you're destroying my property in plain sight." She lunged toward me like she planned to snatch my phone, but I stepped back. "Touch me, and that's assault on top of vandalism." Karen froze, eyes darting around like a trapped rat. "You wouldn't call the cops," she said, trying to regain her confidence. "You wouldn't dare. They'll believe me." She didn't know that I had spent 10 years working in private security for the state and knew exactly how evidence, witnesses, and charges worked. "Watch me," I said, and dialed. Karen gasped, clutched her dog, and started shouting at me like some dramatic soap opera villain. She started yelling about harassment, privacy violations, neighborhood rules, emotional distress, and her rights. The police arrived within 10 minutes. The second they pulled up, Karen ran toward them crying like she was auditioning for an Oscar. "Officers, thank God you're here. This man attacked me." They looked at her, then at me. I simply raised my phone. "Here's the full recording." Even better, Mr. Thompson had come outside, along with 2 other neighbors. "We saw everything," he said. "That crazy woman attacked his car." Karen's face turned white, then green, then red. The officers reviewed the footage. She tried explaining, but every word she said only made her look more guilty. "Ma'am," the officer finally said, "you're under arrest for vandalism and destruction of property." "What?" she shrieked. "No, you can't do that. I pay HOA fees. I know people. I have rights." She kicked, screamed, and protested the entire time, while every neighbor watched like they were viewing a free episode of live reality TV. She was taken away, still yelling for her lawyer, which we all knew didn't exist. But justice wasn't finished, not yet. The next morning, I went to the HOA office for the damage report and insurance documentation. I showed them the footage. The HOA presidenta, smug little man who usually defended Karen, looked like someone slapped him. Turns out, he had already filed 3 complaints about my car based solely on Karen's lies. After seeing the footage, his entire attitude changed. "Mr. Ethan," he said, swallowing nervously, "we deeply apologize. Karen acted independently. We support full restitution." Restitution indeed, because the insurance appraiser estimated the damage at $18,700, and legally, Karen was responsible for the entire amount. The following week, she returned home on bail, humiliated, furious, and oddly quiet. But her silence didn't last. She showed up at my door 2 days later, banging like a maniac. "You ruined my life," she screamed when I opened the door. "Good," I shouted back. "You ruined my car." "It was just a car," she yelled. "You got me arrested. I lost my HOA privileges. My fiancé is threatening to leave me." She covered her face dramatically. "I can't pay $18,000. You have to drop the charges." "No," I said, voice cold. "You brought this on yourself." She threatened lawsuits, revenge, everything. I shut the door in her face. But she wasn't done. That night, she regrouped with a new plan, a stupid, desperate, doomed plan. She tried to egg my house. But this time, I had installed motion sensor cameras, floodlights, and a silent alarm connected directly to the neighborhood patrol. They caught her instantly. Another charge, another fine, another walk of shame ride in the patrol car. After that, she stopped harassing me altogether, except for the glares she gave every time she saw me driving the newly repaired Mustang. For months, she avoided me, avoided the HOA, avoided neighbors, and avoided responsibility. Until, eventually, reality caught up to her. Her insurance wouldn't cover the damage. Her fiancé truly left her, and the HOA fined her repeatedly for disruptive and illegal behavior. By mid, she sold her house and moved away, leaving behind the legacy of being the most infamous Karen in neighborhood history. As for me, I kept the Mustang spotless, and every time I polished the hood, I remembered the night Karen learned the hard way that actions have consequences, and that destroying someone's property isn't something you get away with, especially not when the person you messed with happens to know exactly how to make you regret every second of your mistake.